Our final category is something that the judges created for this year. It's called Achievement in National Investigative Journalism. And the judges designated this special category for two entrants for the Cronkite Awards. One, the first winner that we're going to celebrate is María Elena Salinas and Univision. This is the second win for Univision. Maria Elena won the Peabody just a few weeks ago for the work that we're going to celebrate today. And to present the award, I am so pleased to have Maria Elena's friend, colleague, and herself a Cronkite Award winner, appearing to us on video, Maria Hinojosa.
Mi querida colega y amiga María Elena Salinas, felicidades for this amazing award, your special Cronkite Award for Achievement in National Investigative Journalism, for your piece Entre el Abandono y el Rechazo, which was a documentary special into the stories behind the children leaving Central America. The judges in particular praised your balanced and revealing reporting and the fact that you chose to focus on the families, which they said is a part of the story that is often neglected.
El ministro de Migración de El Salvador confirmó que el aumento en la demanda de documentos de identidad para menores es dramático.
Específicamente en la demanda de pasaportes para menores hemos tenido un 162%. Esto pudiera tener relación con toda la cantidad de menores migrantes que está llegando a Estados Unidos.
¿Han recibido muchos niños deportados?
De Estados Unidos no estamos recibiendo niños deportados, únicamente estamos recibiendo repatriados de México, es decir, los que no logran llegar hasta las fronteras. Este año hemos recibido 1.400 menores desde México.
Cuando las autoridades migratorias en México capturan a jóvenes centroamericanos sin papeles, los trasladan al DIF, Desarrollo Integral de la Familia. En Reynosa vimos a algunos salvadoreños esperando ser repatriados luego de haber llegado muy cerca de su meta.
Costó bastante salir de El Salvador y llegar hasta acá. Llevamos 8 días llegar hasta acá.
Nos mandó a traer a nuestra mamá porque El Salvador está muy terrible. No se puede vivir ya, está muy peligroso.
¿Se atreverían ustedes a cruzar a estas alturas después de todo lo que han visto y todo lo que han escuchado y sabiendo que a lo mejor no se pueden quedar?
Yo sí.
¿Arriesgando tu vida?
Sí. ¿Se lo voy a cruzar? Está peor allá en El Salvador. Sí, está peor. Estaba amenazada.
¿Por qué están amenazadas en El Salvador?
Porque es que estaban cobrando renta. No sé, creo que $75 a la semana.
¿Quién está cobrando renta?
Los pandilleros. Como una semana antes de que nos viniéramos, mataron a un muchacho. Siempre. Fue terrible ver un muerto y nunca lo había visto. Nunca había visto.
Por eso salieron. Irónicamente prefieren enfrentarse a los peligros de un camino incierto a los de una sociedad plagada de violencia.
So felicidades for your award, mi querida colega. You know, María Elena, we've known each other for a long time. Of course, I used to watch you before I met you. And so I could talk about how you've inspired so many people, so many women like myself to believe that we could do it. I could talk about your humility in the field, your professionalism. I could talk about the fact that you have put yourself into harm's way so many times on the front lines of war zones. I remember distinctly when I saw you standing at the edge of the sinkhole in Guatemala and thinking, ¿y sus hijas? Where are María Elena's hijas? And I know that's what you were thinking, but I had such respect for you because as a journalist, you knew you had to be there. Cuesta lo que cueste, which means we're not going to put our lives in danger. But sometimes, yeah, in harm's way. You do that because you understand the power of the work that you do. I could talk about the fact that you have interviewed presidents, taken them on, treated narcotraficantes y fascistas quizás with tremendous professionalism and respect. And so, María Elena, it is the thing that I most admire is your heart. Ese corazón of a modern American journalist that understands her role and understands her power and understands her humility as well. You know, María Elena, it's important, I think, to mention that you didn't grow up feeling or seeing yourself as a minority. I don't think it's a term you like to use for yourself, like I don't. It is the heart that makes you see yourself in the person most unlike you, and to believe that their story has validity, and that we in this country must hear it. And it's what moves the judges to recognize it with this wonderful special Cronkite Award. So, congratulations, Maria Elena. One little note. I don't think you ever knew this, Maria Elena, but I actually worked for Walter Cronkite one summer at CBS News Radio. And I wrote his final commentary of the year, and he read it with making just a few edits. He respected me. As a young Latina journalist, it meant the world to me that he looked at me and treated me as a colleague. I know he is so proud, as he is watching over us, that you are receiving this award because you have helped us to understand the complexity of a story that is a story of our time. And you did it with your power as a journalist, with your extraordinary heart, and knowing that you could connect and tell this story like no one else could. Muchas gracias por tu trabajo y muchas felicidades, María Elena. Te quiero mucho.
Accepting the award, María Elena Salinas and senior producer Mirna Kodo.
Wow, that was a surprise. You know, reporters are not supposed to get emotionally involved. Come up here, and it's okay that you're crying. You can come up here. This is kind of embarrassing because I always say I never cry in front of anyone because I'm such a strong woman, right? So we're not supposed to. But, you know, that was emotional because I respect Maria Hinojosa so much. She is an amazing, amazing journalist. And she also won a Peabody for Latino USA, so I'll be seeing her at the end of the month when we receive that also. So that's very special. And this award really did mean a lot to us. And what made it so meaningful, I think, is that the program that we received it for was a very, very special program for me and the crew that I worked with. When I say crew, it sounds like we had an entourage, but it was actually just four of us. We had Nakoto as producer, and Martin Guzman and Scott Monahan as cameraman. And they didn't think twice before embarking on this journey that took us to 5 countries, traveling over 5,000 miles in 8 days. And what we did was raw reporting. And many times we didn't know what we would find. And we did it because it's our job. But we also did it because there was a story to be told that required going to places that some might deem too remote, too unsanitary, or too dangerous. To understand the exodus of minors from Central America to the US, it was necessary to show what they leave and why they leave, risking it all. We visited some of the poorest and most dangerous areas in Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador to see firsthand what prompts some of these kids to leave their hometowns, whether it's in search of a better life, survival, or to try to reunite with their families in the US. And while I think many people here with that story were focusing on the political part of it and blaming one or the other, we thought it was important to go behind the story and tell the story behind the story and see it as a humanitarian issue, not only as a political issue. So for us, it was our job, and we were on assignment, and as difficult and logistically complicated as it was, because it was, we would all come home to our families in our comfortable air-conditioned homes. But for these kids, the lack of opportunities, the drug cartel and gang-infested neighborhoods are a way of life, and that certainly is no way to live. We struggled for a while with the title of the show. We had a long list of choices before we made the final decision. But then when we came back, there was no doubt. The story was entre el abandono y el rechazo, between abandonment and rejection. It doesn't really translate very well, but the meaning really is powerful. This was a story about kids who are abandoned in their country, whether it's their government, society, or their families, and a country that rejects them because the laws just happen to reject them and shut them out of the loss of the land of opportunity. So, you know, many of us as journalists wish that we could change the world. The truth is that we can't, even though we try as much as we can. But what we can do is tell stories that matter, that make a difference and hope that they lead to a better understanding of an issue or of a situation, and that it somehow pressures those in power to find some type of solution. So I really want to thank the Annenberg School for this very, very special award. I want to thank Univision for allowing us to do what we do. I want to thank Mirna for her dedication, and my daughter, Julia, who, as you know, the young girl here at 12 years old knows what it's like, and she has grown up with a mother that has constantly been on assignment, so thank you for putting up with all those travels and leaving you alone. I guess now you know why, because we were trying to make a difference in someone's life. So thank you, Julia, and thanks to all.